Welcome to Family Basics 101. I'm Dr. Bruce McClure, and as we begin a 5-part series entitled 5 Dilemmas of Summer, we will focus on what do you do with children during the summer? How do you manage the heat during the summer? How do you manage the high electrical bills during the summer? Where do you go on vacation? What do you do with unexpected summer guests? So over the next 5 days, very simple topics. What do you do with kids? How do you manage heat? How do you manage the high electrical bills? Where do you go for vacation? And how do you handle unexpected house guests? Let's begin the series by talking about what do you do with kids? For 9 months, almost every parent knows the expected routine of their children. For instance, parents know that during the school year, it's time for the children to get up, to get ready, to get dressed for school. What time they would be out the door and either in the car or on the bus headed to school. Parents know that. Parents know during the 9 months of a school year what time after-school practices take place, such as soccer, football, wrestling, dance, music classes, and they also know what time those classes end. Parents know what time the children should do their homework. Parents also know what time the children should go to bed in order to get up in a timely manner for school and that routine to begin all over the next day. But when school is out, 2 months, 1.5 months, what do you do with the kids during that time period? And this becomes a serious dilemma for many parents. Do I take them to grandma, grandpa's? Do I take them to the country? Do I send them to another state? What do I do with these children? There are 8 things that I want to share with you today that parents can do with their kids, even if they can't ship them off somewhere else. Number 1, parents can plan events that are educational. Parents have a responsibility to make sure that their children maintain a continuity of education even if school is out. So parents can plan activities. Parents can plan events that are educational for their children even during the summer. Secondly, parents can plan events that are recreational during the summer. It's the parent's responsibility to make sure that the child does not become a couch potato in the summertime. Number 3, parents can plan events that are spiritual for their children during the summer. Vacation Bible School. No excuse anymore for the child not to be in Bible school on Sunday morning. No excuse anymore for the child not to participate in youth activities sponsored by the churches. Because now the child does not have the homework demands of the school year. They don't have the early rise, I've got to get out of bed at 5 a.m. to catch the bus. So the child can be more involved in spiritual events. 4th, parents can plan events that are entertaining for the children. The summer does not have to be a boring place. It doesn't have to be a boring time. The children can anticipate from the parental parenting that we're going to have fun this summer. Number 5, parents can plan events that are challenging for the child as well. It's not going to be all educational, nor will it be all recreational, nor spiritual, nor entertaining. But there are going to be some challenging things that we have to do. There are going to be some serious things that we have to do. We call that work. We call that being responsible for some things that the child has not been as responsible for during the 9 months of the school year. During this summer, it's going to be a challenge for the child to do household chores. It's going to be a challenge for the child to do things around the house, like clean up the whole house instead of just keeping their room clean. Parents are going to also plan, number 6, events that are family-centered. There are going to be things planned by the parents that are going to focus on the entire family. Number 7, parents are going to plan events that are restful. It's okay just to do nothing during the summer. And it's okay for parents to plan around, we're going to make sure that you're going to have plenty of time for rest. And then number 8, parents are to plan events that are age appropriate. Make sure that the child is in activities, whether they're educational, recreational, spiritual, entertaining, if they're challenging, family-centered, and restful. Make sure that it is age appropriate for your children. And these are all the responsibilities of parents to make sure of what their children can do in the summer. In the book of Deuteronomy, beginning at chapter 6, verses 3 through 7, the Bible gives a command to the fathers, to the parents, not to the grandparents, not to the uncles, not to the aunties in another state, not to the babysitters, not to the child care workers, not to the church, but to the family. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do this, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers have promised you, in the land that flows with milk and honey. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest down in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. This is what parents are supposed to do with their own children. It's not the responsibility of the community. It's not the responsibility of the grandparents. It's not the responsibility of the babysitter. And sad but true, it is not the church's responsibility to make sure that there's a place for your children to go all summer long. It is the responsibility of the parent to make sure that they do something as parents constructively with their children in the summer. It may mean the parent has to get up and go to work a little bit earlier. It may mean that the parent may need to cut back a little bit in the summer, not work as much, not do as much for others, but to make sure as a parent that your child is being cared for through those summer months. I'll see you back in class again next time. Don't be late, and don't skip class.